Welcome back. You're watching the FIFA World Cup coverage on Rajya Sabha television. I'm Rausan Pereira. Let's now go across to our stats zone once again to get the latest stats of the final from Nilanjan.
Welcome back to the stat zone. So it has all come down to this. 5 weeks and 63 games later, the climax is finally here. France take on Croatia in the showpiece of the biggest football event on earth. It will be Croatia's first ever FIFA World Cup final, even as France chase a second World Crown after 1998. At the World Cup, the two teams have played only once before, in France at the 1998 World Cup. The year they both created history. Croatia by making its debut and France by being crowned the world champions. They met in the semi-final, where Devya Suka put Croatia ahead, but Lilian Thurum's 2 goals ended the veterani dream. So the two teams will come face-to-face once again on Sunday. The match will be played at the Luzhniki Stadium, the national stadium of Russia. Its total seating capacity of 81,000 makes it the largest football stadium in Russia and one of the largest in Europe. France is ranked 7th in the world. This is the team's 15th World Cup appearance, with their best performance coming in 1998, as we said, when they won the trophy. Croatia, on the other hand, is ranked 20th in the FIFA World Rankings. This is their 5th World Cup appearance, with their best performance coming in their debut World Cup when they finished 3rd. So the two teams have a bit of a history. Over the next 3 days leading up to Sunday's final, we will get you lots of interesting stats. Until then, goodbye and keep watching this space.
Well, there you have it. France versus Croatia in the finals of the FIFA World Cup. At the start of the tournament, Nilanjan, would you have predicted that Croatia and France would have reached the finals of the 2018 World Cup?
Not at the start, but after watching the first round of the matches, I felt Belgium and Croatia should be going to the semi-finals. That's what I felt. At that time, if you asked me France, I would have said probably no.
Jyoti, would this have been one of your predictions, maybe?
No, not really. I thought the big names would do a lot better than they did. But it's been unpredictable, and that's what's made it very interesting.
Who will start as favourite come Sunday?
Definitely France. I think most people expect France to win, and they expect it to be an easy game for them. But I don't think that's going to be the case at all. I mean, of course, they have speed and youth on their side, and a team who's looking fresh, looking very sharp on the field, playing well together. But you know, the Croats have really fought hard, and you can't put it past them to spring us another surprise.
You know, Croatia versus France in the finals, Nilanjan. Can Croatia or will Croatia have France's number?
There's no reason to believe they can't win, and there's no reason to believe that they will win. They can, obviously, why not? It's a World Cup final, it's the next 90 minutes. Everything depends on those 90 minutes. In football, I believe if you do the right thing on the field, you will never lose. That's my gut feeling all over the life which I follow. Do the right thing on the field, no one can beat you.
All right, it's time now for our brand new segment, Experts on the Spot, where we will pick our guests' brains about football. Time for some questions now to test your footballing knowledge. Nilanjan, should I go with you first or Jyoti?
Anyone.
Okay, Nilanjan it is then. The highest scoring game in World Cup history was in 1954, when Austria defeated Switzerland. What was the scoreline? Take a guess. Take a guess.
8-0?
7-5. 7-5 was the scoreline. Okay. The Italians have had the most number of draws in World Cup history. How many?
13?
21.
Oh, wow.
Nilanjan, Mexico has the most World Cup losses. Can you guess the number? It's a number in the 20s.
24.
Oh, 20, not bad. 25 is the right answer. 25 is the right answer. And the most goals ever scored by one player in a World Cup match is how many?
In a single match?
In a single match, yeah.
4?
Emilio Butragueño for?
Five goals by Oleg Salenko of Russia. One more, or is that enough?
No, okay, no problem. This is
okay,
fine.
one more. Okay, the oldest goal scorer in World Cup was
this one.
Roger Miller. He was 42. It was 1994 when he scored a goal for Cameroon against Russia. How many editions of the World Cup have we had, Jyoti?
I should know this one. This is the 31st?
20th. 1930.
Oh, okay.
1930, I think we missed a couple of World Cups in between because the world was and everything else. So 20 editions of the World Cup thus far. We'll be back again tomorrow with more questions. But for now, before we wrap up the program, Nilanjan, closing comments, closing thoughts on the third place match between Belgium and England. It's not all over for them. They still have to play for the third position.
History of the World Cup suggests whenever two teams meet, first time the team which wins, second time when they meet that team loses.
Jyoti, Belgium versus England, which way is it going to go, do you think?
Given they're going to play with full squads this time around, I'm still going to go with Belgium to win.
I guess it suits them, right? Doesn't it, Nilanjan? They played depleted squads in the group stages and they're back now again to play for the third spot. And now we know who exactly is going to have whose number.
The third place match sometimes doesn't matter, but attitudes have changed. Especially I say this because even teams who had bowed out of the World Cup in the first round played their hearts out in the last match of the group, like South Korea beating Germany. So they would be playing a real football match.
All right, Nilanjan, Datta and Jyoti and Burrett, thank you so much for joining me on the program, putting things into perspective for us. Before we go, football is for everyone. That's the theme. We are promoting this World Cup, and on the day of the final, we will introduce you to footballers from several walks of life and different strata of society for whom football is nothing but their life. As part of this theme, our correspondent Rajat Kane explored a village in Goa. Let's take a look.
It's a picturesque setting in Talegaon where we're witnessing one of the most foundational form of football. Village tournament. Now this is an inter-ward game in Talegaon. These village tournaments are extremely crucial for the development of players. It's here these players hone their skills. I have with me the president of Talegaon cricket club, like Club CEO de Miguel Talegaon, right? Yeah. Mr. Anthony Pereira, I mean, you're also coach of Salgaon. That's a boys team. Now, how important these small tournaments like these are for the Goans?
Okay. See, first of all, like this is a small village of Talegaon. We do this tournament, Club Samingal Trophy, for the last 11 years. And we prepare the inter-ward tournament over here. In that, all the ward-wise players come and play over here. And we select them for a main team for a Samingal Club, Club Samingal de Talegaon, which was in the first division. We promoted to the professional league and we relegated to the first division, but still it is going on now. So this is important where the football coming up in the villages, where you get good talented player, small-sided games are going on, and you can see a lot of talent are picked from this. When we pick up this talent, we put players in the first team, then they go for the league first division. There the players get exposure where they can go for big clubs like Salonga Football Club, Dempo Sport Club, Sporting Club de Goa, Churchill Brothers Sport Club and Vasco Sport Club. So these are the big teams where they can go and play. And from this village we have got a lot of players who are playing in the professional league from our club. So this is how we encourage our village to get in this football fever. And that's the best thing we do.
How big is the football culture in Goa? We know, we've witnessed this firsthand, that there are several scenes or small things like this, you won't miss out. But how important you think it's football for Goa?
Yeah, in Goa, see, if all the villages comes with the same way, with the small-sided games, they can get a good talent for a Goan Football Association, where it can get a good exposure in the AFF tournaments. So it is a big achievement in Goa, where a lot of football is going on, and it is good for our Indian team, where at the time there were 9 to 10 players where they were playing in Indian team. So now in junior level there are a lot of players from Goa where they are encouraged to play for the Indian team.
Lastly, tournaments like these are there any festive specific? Say for instance the World Cup is going and that's why I see more football, or it happens throughout the year?
No, it is like World Cup comes in once in 4 years, but these tournaments in Goa continue for throughout the year. When the season is on, it's in from June to May, the tournaments are on, where they get encouragement. And in World Cup fever is the best, where they play and they go and watch matches, and you can see a lot of technical workout over here. What they see in World Cup, they do it over here. Yeah.
So there we have these players at a very small level try to emulate the big stars which they see in the matches, international matches every day. With camera person DK Pandey from Talegaon, Rajat Kane for Rajya Sabha TV.